Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 10 Cow Ranch. Haven't done a video in quite a while. I think the last video I did was on cutting a bale my first crop hay. It's been a few weeks ago, but just I don't know. This is just such a busy time of year. It's almost hard to stop what you're doing and set the camera up. But today I'm going to bring you guys along with a ranch improvement project. I'll flip the camera around and show you what I got going. So this is my barn. It's a little 30 by 40 pole building. And as you can see, the way the dirt is set up, I had to dig all this corner out to find a level, to create a level spot to put the barn, which is all fine and good. Poured retaining wall there to hold the dirt back. The trouble is in our country, we don't get a lot of snow, but pretty normal, we get some. And all the snow falls off that roof and piles. You guys can see this is essentially a ditch, a huge ditch, whatever, but it just sits here. There's no place to go because from this end of the barn, that end of the barn's level. So I've started, you can see I've dug a trench and done a little more digging there. And my goal, hopefully you guys can see down there by the horse trailer, bottom of the arena, is I'm gonna put some drain pipe in here and daylight it down at that end. I got a frost-free hydrant right there. So the plan is lay perforated pipe in the trench here next to the barn. And I'm going to put one of those drains right here. I'll show you the drain. Put one of these drain boxes right here underneath the hydrant. So got a big pile of 2-inch rock down there. So what I'm going to do is put that perforated pipe next to the barn, and then I'm going to fill that trench up with this big drain rock. I got a little mix of road base there too, but so yeah, I got this big rock. You guys can see that's a pretty good sized rock. Use that as drain rock around the perf pipe. So, and then when I come down here, just daylight it by the corner of the arena there. So, okay, so I'm going to set up the camera, do a little time lapse video. Honestly, this is too long of a project just to video the whole thing. It's boring. You guys wouldn't want to see all that. So what I'll do, set the camera up, do a little time lapse, digging with the backhoe. As far as backhoe digging goes, man, this is about as simple as it gets. Just a little 18-inch deep trench. I'll have this thing dug in, probably less than an hour, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but this dirt is almost mud, and it's just from, we've had a little bit of rain this spring and just runs off that barn roof, no place to go. So, alrighty, we'll get back to digging. Now, well, you guys can see in there, but see that hose clamp? That baby is leaking like a sieve. I think all I gotta do is pull that hose clamp, and I happened to have a piece of hose. I'll tell you, I keep a little bit of this stuff around. This backhoe with these little coolers and stuff has all kinds of little short return hoses that just clamp on, and I think this is the right hose. So hopefully I'm going to be in luck with the right parts and get back to work. All right, guys. Well, I laid all my pipe. You can see I had to change my shirt. I had a hydraulic leak on the backhoe. Man, I got soaked with oil. But we bought a laser level, and we bought it used, and it worked fine for a short time. Now I can't get it to work, so I have no laser level. So what I got is the hose, garden hose, hooked up to the end of the pipe. We'll see if it drains. I'll flip the camera around. So that's the end of the pipe. I don't know if you guys see the green hose hooked into it. So here's the drain box. So what I was gonna do is just put some water in it and just check it at the end, see if it's gonna drain. The trouble is this is perf pipe, so it's gonna leak everywhere for a minute. Maybe it won't even work. I've never done this before. I've always shot it with a laser, but maybe not. We'll see. Maybe it won't even work. Maybe it'll just leak out on the ground. So I've got obviously a little bit of a low spot right there. So that's why we did it. All right, well, we're making the progress on the old drain project here. I'll flip the camera around and show you guys, but yeah, it's been quite a day. This is almost record-breaking heat. I think it's over 100 degrees a day in eastern Utah. We rarely see that, but I know there's been all kinds of, on the news warnings, and it's like every time I go to lay pipe somewhere, it's over 100 degrees. When we did the farm, we did like 1,300 feet of 8-inch, and it was over 100 degrees that day. So not sure why me laying pipe and heat goes together, but anyway, I'll show you, flip the camera and show you where we're at. So this drain pipe here is that perforated drain pipe, and I've got just a real slight slope on that. Not much, not level, but a little bit of slope. This is the drain box. Of course, when I was backfilling, I had to dump a little dirt in there just for fun. But so from here down is just a non-perforated drain pipe. So in true farmer fashion, I checked the grade by sticking a garden hose in there and check the other end. So let's walk to the other end and show you what if we had any drainage. So I got this backfill. This truly is not very deep. This is like right where I'm standing here, it's only maybe 18 inches deep, and as we get close, starting about here, it's even less. We just start easing the grade up to daylight this drain. And I think what I'm gonna do is mix up a little concrete and just pour it around this drain. But so this is where it daylights. This is just kind of so this is the end of my arena. This is where I park some trailers. Of course, the garbage can's right here. So really not much traffic right through here. So I thought this was a good place to daylight it. But stuck the hose in, drained a little water out, so we called her good. All right, so this is essentially part one of the ranch improvement project. So my goal is, like in front of the man door right here, this is the hitching post. Of course, you've seen the fire or the water hydrant. I'm gonna pour a slab of concrete out here, I don't know, 15 feet or so, and then put a skirt in front of the barn. So that will be phase two of the ranch improvement. So I'm gonna get on the backhoe and we're gonna cover all of this pipe here along the edge of the barn with some of that 2-inch screened rock. So that's our next part of the project. All right, well, we're gonna call this a wrap for today. The whole gist of this project is this has been such a problem area. Hopefully you guys can see that. As the water comes off that barn and the snow comes off that roof, in the spring, this is just a wet, sloppy, muddy mess. And it just seems like it takes months to get over that. So I think it's gonna be a great improvement on it. Of course, the concrete's gonna get rid of the mud. And like I say, like right now I'm standing, 15, 20 feet away from the barn. This is where the pad is gonna come out to. I wanted it around the hitching post. And shoeing horses, bathing horses, that kind of stuff. A concrete pad makes it super nice. And then in front of the barn here, the whole gist of it is, for all these years farming, if I'm laying under a piece of equipment doing repairs on, I'm in the rocks, I'm in the gravel. Put about a 25-foot apron on the front of this barn. At least when I have a swather, needs sections changed, whatever, you guys have seen a lot of videos of me doing that kind of stuff, I can get out of the rocks. So at least I'm laying on concrete, I can use a creeper, whatever. So that's the whole gist of this. And another project we're gonna do one of these days, hopefully this year, is gonna use a asphalt rotomill product to asphalt the driveway. Leave some comments if you guys have any experience with that. Around here, I talked to one of the big contractors here, and he says for driveways the stuff works great. He recommended 4 inches where we have equipment and stuff. He says you'll love it. It has a little more texture than what traditional asphalt has. I'm kind of on a hill here, so anyway, that's part of the whole project. Get this drain in, get the concrete poured, then we'll do the asphalt. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe.